Hi everyone. In this lecture, we are going to talk a little bit in detail about the C-string functions. So as you can see here, I created C-string objects. As you can see, there are different ways you can do that. Now for C-string, it's very important to uh, remember that the string ends with the no terminator. Can you see like so that tells the program that this is the end of the string. It's a \0. Okay, so you can either create a string using this way, or you can use the double quote like what we normally do. So there's as a character array. So here I created 4 different ways you can create a C string object. All right, so let's get started with C-string functions. First one, let me run the program here. So if you run the program, it's going to show you S computer. Now, it's very important that you make sure that you have enough spaces. For example, computer has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plus the no terminator, that's 9. So if I put less than that, for example, 8 or 7, and I run the program, look, I'm going to get some kind of error here. That means there is no enough space for this. So you need to have minimum. You can have more, but you cannot have less. The minimum is 9 because you need 1 space for the no terminator. Okay. So let's start with the most frequently functions that we use. The first one we're going to be using is len. So len basically returns the number of characters in the string. So for example, if I put C out and I put str len, so that's going to give you the number of characters in str1. So how many characters we have? So if you count them, you're going to see 8. So if you run the program, you're going to say 8 right here. Let me start new line. Okay. So the len str len is very, very common. We use it all the time. So it's 8 characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Now the next one is called strcat, and it takes 2 arguments, 2 strings. So str1, str2. What does it do? So basically, it just concatenates 2 strings. Concatenate means put them side by side. So it's going to append str2 to str1. So in our example, str1 is computer, and str2 we have space science. So if we use cat, it's called strcat, it's going to put them together side by side. So if I print strcat, as you can see right here, let's see if there is an error. Yeah, there is a semicolon. So it's going to say computer science side by side. So now str1 is computer science. All right. So that's strcat. Sometimes you can choose how many characters you want to include. So, for example, I can concatenate only, let's say, from science, let's remove that space. This is only the first 3 letters. So I'm going to put here 3. So that means I'm concatenating. And then in this case, if you want to get, we have to put in str n cat. That means I'm going to concatenate only a certain number, n characters from str2, and then put it in str1. So that's going to give me computer SCI, as you can see in the output. See that? Computer SCI. All right. Another example, let me just put this as a comment. The other one is copy. Sometimes you want to copy a string to another string. So we use strcpy. So str1, str, or let me use str3. So I want to put str1, copy it, and then to str3, which is empty. So that's going to put computer in here. So if you run the program str3, let me print it here, it's going to be computer. So run it. So I'm going to see computer. So both now str, see here, make sure that I don't get confused. So I'm going to start new line every time so this way there's no confusion. So if I run the program, so it's going to say computer because I copied computer into str3. And then that's what we have here, okay? So that's copy. Now the same thing, just like strcat, it has strncat, the same thing here. Let me just so I can use strn copy. That means you want to copy only a certain number of characters. str1, or I want to put it in str3, str1, and then let's say I want only 3. So let's say, for example, it's not science, I have to put in here. Or let's say, yeah, science, leave it as such. So here I want to copy only a certain number, let's say 3. So the difference between strn copy and strn cat. So in strn cat, you are concatenating, you are keeping str1, and you are appending, that means adding 3 more characters in addition to that. Now for str copy, you are basically copying str1 to str3. That means I'm getting only 3 letters from str1, which is COM, and then I'm copying it into str3. So if I run the program, you're going to see com, because that's why how many characters I copied from str1. So that's the difference. Okay, so now we learned about strlen, that's the number of character, strcat without n, so that's going to put them together, appended, like side by side. And then we have strncat, which means you get only a certain number of characters from str2, and then you append it to str1. And then for copy, so you copy the str1 to str3. And then strn copy, as you can see right here. So you want to copy only a certain number of characters from str1 and put it in str3. Okay. And we have another one. It's called strcmp, compare. So sometimes you may want to compare 2 strings. So how can we compare 2 strings? Basically in alphabetical order. So for example, if I have, let's say I want to compare computer and science. Which one comes first, computer or science, like in the dictionary, for example? So you look at the first letter. So in computer, the first letter is C. And in science, the first letter is S. So of course, C comes before S. So if I compare computer to science, it will give me a negative number because C comes before S. So if I point here, C out, and then I put strcmp, and I put str1, comma, str2, so I'm going to get a negative number. That tells me that the first string comes before. Let me just put end of line. So if I run the program, it's going to give me negative number. Think negative one. Why? Because computer comes before science. Now, if I switch them, if I put str2 here and str1 here, so now s comes after, okay? So it will be a positive number this time. See that? So now I can do something. I can compare them. I have three situations. So I'm going to put here. If strcmp str1, comma, str2, if it is equal to 0, that means they are the same. So I'm going to put here, they are exactly the same. Computer, same. They are the same. And then I have a second situation. If this strcmp str1, comma, str2 is less than 0, then that means the first string comes before. So cout str1 comes before. In terms of order, str1 comes before str2. And the third situation, I'm just going to put else, but that's the only situation left. So I'm going to put here str1 comes after if it's positive. But the third situation, if it's positive, higher than 0, so the first one comes after second. So now, if I keep it the way it is, computer science is going to say negative. So str1 comes before. Now, what about if I put here, let's say apple? So C comes after apple. So it's going to say str1 comes after. Okay? After. Now, what about if I have the same, exactly the same, which means right here I have computer, exactly the same. So it's going to say they are the same. So this is how the string can be compared. Now, third or next function is str. So we use str if you want to basically search for a substring inside the string. So for example, I want to search str1. This is my source, okay? str1. And then I want to search for put. So can I find put in computer? Basically what I'm searching here. str2. And then I want to print this. So first, the program will search for str2, which is put, and see if it is found in computer. Of course, we have it right here. So what's going to be returned? So the program will return from P all the way to the end, future. That means if it's there. So if it's there, it's going to return put, but it's going to go all the way to the end. So it's going to put future. So if I run the program, it's going to say future. See? Now what happens if I have computer science here? Again, it's going to say computer science all the way to the end, whatever the end might be. So that's what str does. Okay? So this is the most frequently used functions in C string. I hope you find it useful. Thank you.